Hi, my name is Dalia and welcome to my blog. Today I'm going to talk about working out, my journey to get into the working out and how everything started. I'm going to share my story, how I get there, and I'm sure these people the same like me. But before we start, little disclaimer. With disclaimer we're done, let's begin. Well, as you already know from my previous video, what kind of jobs I had before, my first jobs in England, how difficult it was, just a little bit. Yeah, I wasn't sharing much of it. However, you kind of have idea, right? Or if you who doesn't, I will just a little bit gonna talk slightly in the details in this video because it's not super important, but at least it's the beginning of healthy issues, right? So I was working with the vegetables, with knife, with scales. I was standing 8 hours. Obviously I had the breaks, right? So I could sit and eat and all that stuff, right? Also, then the day shift was not very busy. I changed to the night shift. In the night shift in the same fabric, I was doing the same thing. I was working with vegetables. However, I was mostly also sent to another, you may say, the department. There was mostly men working, and we was cutting and making smaller, or was even checking, checking the quality, obviously, removing the some parts of cauliflowers and broccolis as well. So kind of at night I was working with a knife and was pulling out of a line the huge trays, and there was like 6 pieces of cauliflower. It was like a huge line going, and there was someone in another side of a line which was moving. He was putting from pallet traces, and on both each of them, as I said before, was 6 very huge cauliflowers, right? And we were supposed to pull it out, cut it, and make it a little bit smaller and put it in another trace, and that one put it up of a line, which one that part was going to the another side. There was a guy who was taking them and collecting in the pallet. I don't remember how much it was. I believe it was supposed to be about 20 or something, if I'm correct, or 50. Anyway, it's not important. So you can understand how hard job is. You're standing many hours, you're cutting, you're holding in one hand the knife, and another you're holding very big cauliflower head, and you have to doing things around, right? Cutting and all that stuff. So one time I pulled 2 rushly, I believe, so I felt a little bit discomfort in my back, but I didn't pay attention much because I was thinking maybe it's just a muscle or whatever thing. So I was applying some creams, which one helps to the muscles or ashing back pain. And after a couple of days of day off, I was totally fine, so I could go back to the work as nothing happened. So I didn't pay attention much on that, right? And I changed the job and I came to the London from that little city. It was another job. So I was working 8 hours as well. But in the sweet and pastry fabric, there was a lot of huge like trolleys. And in each of them was the traces with the sweets. So you could imagine. You think that the pastries and sweets are very light in a size, so obviously they weigh not that much. No. Each of the trays sometimes was 10-15 kilograms, right? And you can imagine the old trolley is like with 20 of them, so you can count in your mind how much of the kilograms I was pushing and pulling almost every day. Yeah, every day. Out of a fridge and back to the fridge, because I was glazing them. Glaze, it's a hot sugar. After you putting in the fridge, you taking them out. It's very nice, shiny, like a cover of a sweet. Anyway, as long story in short, over there, one time I was taking out the trays, huge one, it was like about 15 or 20 kilograms, a little bit too low. I mean, it was low, So I was going down and I was taking it up, and I felt a little bit like a pain on something really bit disturbing me, right? On my, again, at the same spot. But again, back then, I didn't pay much attention on that as well, right? Was the office in that place. I was working from Monday to Friday, and I had a Saturday, Sunday off, right? So at the weekends, I was taking care of my pain back as well. So again, the same thing. And you may say, oh my God, take care of yourself, right? I did. I was taking, creams, medication, and was doing a little bit of massages, but nothing very major or serious, because it wasn't very bother me, my life, my daily life at some point. However, what happened after? I still remember, if I'm gonna find in my Google Photos a photo of that day. Yeah, it was before the New Year. Back then I was living in a Chiswick. Anyway, it's for another video. In that area, I'm really proud. I was living there 2 years, managed to pay the rent. So I was living there. And it was like a couple of weeks of holidays before New Year event, Christmas, all that time. So it was December, end of December. And after many days of working, I was so tired, so I decided, okay, today I'm not gonna do anything, yeah? So I was lie down on a bed, was what back then was no Netflix. So I was just watching videos and some movies in other platforms. I don't remember the names, but it's not important. So I was doing nothing, right? There was no other physical much of activity. What happened after? And one day I wake up in the morning and I felt a little pain in my back, lower back. I couldn't get up nicely. I thought thinking, oh, maybe it's just little cramps or something like that. Yeah, maybe the bed is not very comfortable, so I thought maybe the mattress is the fault. However, later I figured out it was the same spot. It was the same spot which one I was injuring, keep injuring. So before New Year event, I was really like this. Can you imagine? I couldn't stay very straight. I was in a pain. I was so scared. I was thinking I'm gonna be like this forever. I was checking in internet all the little exercise, massages, what kind of things you have to do to get better. I was doing all that stuff, right? And it's close to New Year's, so I thought if I will go to the hospital emergency, they're gonna keep me there many hours, maybe, and they will just let me go, and it's nothing gonna do much. Also, at the same time, I was thinking it's not very big emergency as well. I mean, I'm breathing, my heart is pumping blood, everything is okay, right? So at the same time, I didn't wanna, make other people work too much. Anyway, I went with my friend the bar, because we decided that day to celebrate New Year in the bar. I dressed up, made the makeup, and with little pain in my back, walking like this, I went to the pub. We were sitting there, drinking, saying Happy New Year with other people in the bar. It was kind of chill that day. The weather wasn't very warm, so it was quite cold, so no surprise there was not much of people. But I come back home. Again, I was doing a lot of exercise, like, you're a little bit moving to one side, another side, legs up and down, and all that stuff, right? It get better. But after that situation, when I was really couldn't stay straight, I get worried. I was thinking, maybe it's gonna happen again. And next time will be even worse. Because can you count how many times it was a little bit of a pain, but it wasn't that bad like that time? So I start educate myself. I was reading things, articles, some medical sites, and I find out that wherever I want to do, I need to make my back muscles stronger. So I start going to gym. One of the things was like swimming. It's the best way to get your back straight, your posture change, and your muscles get stronger, and your joints gonna rest off while you're gonna swim, right? So I went there, I was swimming. I'm not a professional swimmer, but I can swim, yeah, like basics, like most of people, right? So I was swimming, I a little bit get better, but I felt like let's try to go really proper to gym. So I started going to gym, and I was like, feeling that change is happening. However, some exercise I couldn't do. And I realized it like, so wait a second, I cannot lift these and these and these. So to lift that and that, I need to make my hands stronger, my neck stronger, my legs stronger. So I end up training all my body. But at the same time, I didn't have enough power. I was getting too tired. So I thought, okay, by according of my research, you need to make your stamina better. So you need to run. But little bit people who has little bit too much of weight to run a lot, and run itself, it's not really okay as well, because it's too much of pressure for the joints. Walking. So I start walking to work. Even if when I changed the job, which one I have now, I was still walking every day, at least if I have a time after work, if I'm not too tired, and mostly walking. Actually, I always liked walking, but this time I was trying to walk faster, not just a little bit of walk, but really faster, that I would felt. And also, there is one of reason why I buy smart watch, just to see my heart pumping, my speed, how much of steps I do per day, those kind of things. So I have to have at least a little bit of a control of my body, what's going on, to know what's going on actually. And you know what, it really helped me. So kind of I end up, as I said, I was feeling a little bit tired, so I getting my stamina a little bit better. Was okay, but still wasn't not enough. So I get interesting about food. I mean, not the food itself. I'm talking about those supplements. But apparently after taking those supplements, the story ends like this. I was always feeling bloated, and I would get a little bit nervous. Why I feel bloated? What's going on? I'm doing everything right. I'm working out. I'm drinking water. I'm walking. What's wrong? Apparently, I am lactose intolerant. I didn't know that. So, well, I felt it that. So I stopped taking supplements, and most of them, they have milk powder inside. So there is some lactose and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not professional for things, but I done my own research, so I found out things, right? So I started using those, and again back to the just healthy as much as I can, the food itself, right? And still doing all those things. And after I noticed that I'm losing a little bit of weight, I don't have much of a pain in my back, can do more things in my life much better than I before. It really made me happy. Really. So after, I was thinking, if I'm losing a little bit weight, but not that much like I would love to, maybe, because those kind of thoughts come to my mind, I need to watch what I eat as well. And after, I done even 2 DNA tests. One of them was with Salamaman, and another was with my hair. So I sent them, I got answers and everything, and apparently, yes, I am lactose intolerant. I didn't know that. I just felt like discomfort time to time after eating some specific milk products, like, curd, milk, all that stuff. But apparently, and well, this is a thing for another video. I'm gonna talk about those things when I was crying in the shop next to the food and sandwiches. This is another story about that. But my point is, well, I was working out, feeling better. I found out more about my body, about my strength, and it's really helped me a lot, So I'm not doing very super special things, but I'm trying, And I learn those things because, okay, these days there's a lot of YouTube bloggers which are explaining you how to do things, what to eat, what kind of things you not to do, and all that stuff, But I'm sure these people who just face some health problems, something happened to them, they or broke their leg or broke some bones, or I don't know, some bad situation with their muscles happened, or after operation, after coma, there's many, or after car accident, there's many things happening, and you kind of want to get better, but you're losing your, how to say, the passion of a life and all that stuff. There's many things can happen in your life, and you come back, it's hard. You think, oh my God, it's never gonna give me better, and I'm not gonna be the same like other people. But I mean, it's not my idea, but it was a lady. Yes, she made the short of that. So the saying was, she was saying, you have to go to the gym and even do those activities for the future you. Not to lose weight, not to gain muscles, but for healthy body, for yourself. For that you in the future be not independent on other people. That you can, after shopping, lift up the heavy bags without any help of other people. You're going by the steps up, if for example lift is broken, and you're not catching the breath, but you're just walking nicely. And or for example, if you're already grandma and you want to play with your grandchildren, right? And you have a power a little bit. You're mobile, you can move, you don't feel much of pain in your joints. Of course, we're all getting old and all that stuff, but I really like the way things what she said, So, she said was a formulate very in a nice sentence. But then I was thinking about my own life, what happened to me. At some point, this is what I done. I was having a back problem. I was getting in a very serious, probably very dangerous situation. Yeah. I couldn't do many things. I get scared that I'm gonna be like this forever, honestly speaking. However, I end up going, not kind of like gym, but get more active, doing things. Yeah, like if you saw my previous video, I'm sharing the things what I'm doing in the gym, right? So yes, I'm not really doing just to, yes, of course, maybe I will lose weight. I have a little bit of wanting things to lose the weight. Yes, it's brilliant, it's fine, but if it's not gonna help me much, it's okay. As long as I'm gonna have a very strong body in the future for the long term. And personally, me, I'm really enjoying to go to the gym, to do some exercise, or go to the swimming pool, to move my body. Even when I walk myself, really, for example, there was a situation as well when I was going to gym and everything was going better. What happened? We got in a lockdown. Yeah, right. Remember that very serious illness, which when a lot of things happened, it's really all world changed. It's another video for that. So I ended up home. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't go to gym. So I was starting even working out at home. Apparently, I got sick. Yeah, I got that illness. I was recovering quite fast, I may say. Yeah, I was sick maybe just 1 week, and another week was recovering week. And I believe I recover much better, much faster. I believe it's because I was working out before. Yes, my immune system was much stronger. Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, I lost weight as well while I was sick because I couldn't eat much. I was feeling very, very weak, but I recovered. And after, it was not easy, to be honest with you, to go back to the gym because I was feeling a little bit, not depressed, but a little bit like lazy, slightly, not wanting, things. When I was becoming busy again because I was starting to go to work, there was a lot of things was happening. So it wasn't easy to go back to the activity as well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hide those things. Yes, it was like that. And one day I was like thinking, I need to go back again for the same things. And you know what remind me the thing? My back. It wasn't hurting much, but slightly. It was like a signal for me, my body, because I was trying to listen to my body. And my body was like, hey, hello, do you remember us? We kind of, need some activities because otherwise we're gonna end up the same thing what happened before, but it's gonna be much worse. So I didn't want it to end up the same. And I go back again to the working out. And now I still working out. If I don't have a time to work out, or I'm too tired, or I have worked too many hours, I walk home again. Yes, it takes 1 hour. It's quite long walk, but it's really nice. I even, yes, I'm enjoying work. Maybe some people do not, but I find another way to not to feel too boring or too tired or yes, the walking also is a very good stress relief. Also, because I work many hours still, a lot, I don't have enough time sometimes to listen podcasts or some YouTubers and, listen books or something like that. So that's what I'm doing now when I walk home. I'm doing listening. So my body is moving and my brain is also working. And at the same time, I'm stressing relief. So I'm very curious. What brings you to workout world? What kind of things happen to you with your health and you end up doing those things? What helps you to keep doing those things, what you do? What is your goal when you're doing exercise as well? Or, for example, I'm very curious because I'm sure every one of us has the own reason why we working out, right? Different goals, what we want to reach, different situation, why we get into it, right? So let's share, right? Let me know and leave me comments, subscribe, and see you around. My name is Dalia and see you around. Bye-bye.